Hello, Wetness Rory channel. Today, I'm going to be giving you the comprehensive tutorial on how to draw Kayama and Manjiro from Pacific Overtures. Because as everybody knows, I am the biggest Pacific Overtures fan to ever walk the earth. And I have drawn these characters probably hundreds of times by this point. Okay, so first of all, the way that I draw them is based off of the original cast of this show, those motherfuckers. So if I refer to them in here, if I refer to some random names you don't recognize, that's who I'm talking about. So as any great characters are, these two are generally, you consider them as a pair. They come together. So we'll start with Kayama because he is the main or one of the two. One thing I really like about the casting for Kayama in the original production is that Iso Sato really just kind of looks like a normal guy. Like he has the generic face ever, like default settings with this guy. So that's what we're kind of trying to do here. Kayama is meant to be an everyman. He's meant to be just kind of like a normal guy that is taken out of his normal circumstances and put into being the main character of Pacific Overtures. So to do that, I give him this very generic face shape and this also pretty generic triangle nose as per the original cast. A lot of the times when I draw Kayama, I actually kind of give him a much rounder jaw. Here I've kind of actually given him a jaw. Sometimes I simplify that shape even more into just like this. That's bad because I'm drawing with one hand, but because as well as being generic, we also want to make him look it's to make him look cuter, I guess, more friendly, and also younger, which Kayama is supposed to be pretty young. I like to give him very neutral expressions. I generally draw his pupils very small so I can give him a sort of not wide-eyed look as in innocent, although I guess that is kind of a part of it. It's more supposed to be like a little off-putting, blank, emotionless stare. Obviously, he can be more expressive, it's just the idea is that it's kind of hidden under this layer of restraint. Then I give him his stupid samurai hair. I actually draw this hairstyle all wrong. It's supposed to be shaved at the top of the head too, but I didn't teach myself to draw it that way because in the beginning I was struggling to draw it and I didn't know how to, so I just simplified and made it easier for myself. And now I've never changed it because I don't feel the need to change it. I don't know. He's my Kayama. This is how I do it. And nobody cares anyway. But generally, this is very simplified down into a couple easy shapes. You have this part here, which is like a circle. This part, which is I don't know, what do you call those? Sideburns? And then these two little circle oval shapes at the top. And then I give him his shoulders. We're not going to do full body right now because then we'd be here literally all day. I think I tend to give Manjiro broader shoulders than Kayama, and one that might be projecting from the original cast. Two, I think I tend to give Kayama narrower shoulders. I'll put examples on screen because when I draw his kimono, it's really, really easy to simplify that shape into just going straight down from his neck. Again, I'll put examples. But I really shouldn't do that because he's meant to be more stout than Manjiro is. But oh well. Okay, now let's move on to Manjiro. Manjiro is one of my few characters who I really give a unique face shape. And it's part way just based off of an exaggeration of the way that Sabshimono's face is shaped. But it is very much an exaggeration. You can see here I've already gone on to draw the basis for his nose. That's just because I always draw his nose first. It just trust me, it helps me. And the basis for his nose is a little oval because it's I'll just put a picture of Sabshimono on screen. Sabshimono looks like that. That's why he has that. I'd say the main appeal of giving him this face shape is that it looks slightly more circular compared to Kayama, who is more rectangular. and therefore you convey the friendliness, but you also don't lose the sharpness because it becomes more of a triangle. So, you have some of Manjiro's cleverness in there. He doesn't lose an edge, while also he doesn't look scary or pointy because he has the round nose and his round eyes, and also his round ears, which I tend to exaggerate a lot. I also give those round ears to Kayama. I never draw ears differently. All my characters have the same ears, but, just for the sake of argument, it kind of works for these characters. This is the top part of Manjiro's hair, which I give him these, not exactly round, but not pointy. It's kind of this oval shape, which is rounded at the end. Again, for exactly the same reason I was just talking about with his face. It has this sort of elongated feel without being pointy. And it allows his hair to be spiky, which gives him that, exaggerated silhouette. Without being pointy. He still looks friendly. He still looks cute. And then I also add his ponytail down here. And this, I departed from the Where's Waldo shirt because it looks stupid. And I replaced it with just a generic, sailor shirt. I just did that and I still draw it that way. It has no basis in real. I didn't look at a reference. So obviously the idea here is that Kayama is all, smooth, and then Manjiro has all this fluffiness going on, which is, the entire point of their characters. I mean, not just the point of their character designs, but, kind of what defines them in relation to each other in the actual show Pacific Overtures. I mean, if you really want to get into it, I think kind of underrated feature of them is how their hair kind of defines them in relation to each other a lot. I mean, even just look at the way that people tend to style their hair when they do productions of this show. Kayama's hair being all neat and done up in the samurai hairstyle is, a symbol of that. All his Edo Japan-ness. And then on the contrary, Manjiro's hair being all, specifically long and unkempt in contrast to that, I mean, where's my one post about how, they were so pressed about giving Manjiro long hair in the original production that they gave Sabshimono a fake ponytail. This is an extremely shitty full body drawing of them that I did in 2 seconds. So I can also demonstrate to you. Their full bodies are basically almost 100% based off of the original cast, but if it means anything, I guess, I think there's something to be said about the fact that Manjiro's taller and skinnier, so he can, be spry and move around more, whereas Kayama is more, what do you call it? I don't remember the word. Less mobile. He moves less. And is kind of, the strong, silent type, so therefore he, one can be shorter, but also is kind of characterized by, being all rectangle, whereas Manjiro has some, dynamicness going on in there. Also, this is how I draw Manjiro's hair when it's down from the ponytail. Thanks for watching.